Alrighty fam, thank you all so much for time back in. As always, it is a hot one today. I'm going to tell you all that. We have a good video for you. We are actually going to be comparing both supercharged, one on my Shelby GT500 known as Zeus that's making 1,000, and Apollo that is making baby power, like 600 and some change. But I kind of want to compare the numbers on the data of just the temps, what the cars are reading, driving around and beating on them wise. Just giving a few pulls, seeing how the cars act. You guys can see the cylinder head temps. You guys are going to see all the temps, everything, all the gauges, and yeah, maybe this will help you make a better decision. A lot of guys ask me, Jake, can you do a video of driving the GT500, showing the temperatures and doing like just showing and talking about it a little bit, versus Apollo, and seeing how the ESS performs and will it outperform a factory supercharger that was built by Ford. I know the supercharger on the Shelby is like an Eden blower, I believe. It's not like technically built by Ford, but yeah, the Shelby is factory boosted. Ford chose the root style, or whatever you want to call it, root style twin screw. I don't even know what you want to call it, but yeah, I want to compare that to a aftermarket company ESS supercharger, and we're gonna see which one performs better. But before we get into that, I have a question to ask you guys, and I need y'all to listen, tap into this, and just hear me out. So you guys know the Shelby is going to be for sale. It is for sale. Someone hopefully will be buying it soon because I'm just tapped out on content with this car. I don't really know what to do with it wise, besides stuff like this, comparison videos. But yeah, you guys know I don't want to drag race this car. I really don't want to like race this car, like strictly beat it like that. It just doesn't seem, the dual clutch in it just doesn't seem worth it. But yeah, I thought about selling the Shelby and the Dark Horse and buying a base of a base of a base S650 GT 10-speed, and I kind of want to do the same thing we did with Apollo, make it unique, give it a cool name, and do the full NA build series on it. We can race Chuck, we can battle Chuck, we can gap Brandon, we can gap a lot of people NA. We can just see the limits of the S650 NA like how we found with Apollo, and yeah, then eventually we can boost it and just race the living shit out of it just like we do with Apollo. So I thought about going that route. I kind of want to bring it to your guys' attention because I'm kind of like up in the air about wanting to do with the Dark Horse, because it's I don't live near a road course. I really don't. I don't want to sell the Dark Horse, but if it's for content and to obviously keep making more racing videos, I find racing videos more entertaining. I know you guys do because all my racing videos do good. So yeah, I thought about doing that, and I really don't want to boost the Dark Horse. It just doesn't seem right. I'd rather boost a 10-speed because the 10-speed is just an absolute monster. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. Maybe we could do a different boost style setup on the S650, maybe a Pro Charger, maybe a Whipple. I don't know. And whatever you guys want, let me know in the comment section right now. But yeah, let's get into today's video. Let's get it. To be 100% real with y'all, I would not want to sell any of the cars. I got to move my money smartly to keep the channel growing. Obviously, I told you guys that before. But yeah, we're driving the Shelby right now, taking it for a little spin. Gonna do another pull, headed back to Tijuana and see how it feels. Then I'm gonna cruise, let you guys see the temps, check out the car, and yeah, and we're gonna do the same exact thing with Apollo. But yeah, I wanted to talk back with the 10-speed and getting an S650 and stuff and selling the Dark Horse. I don't know, boys. It is really, I don't really know what to do. I don't know what's a smart move, what's a bad move. But at the end of the day, it's all for making content, and I get to enjoy the builds, experience them. But you guys have to look at it from my standpoint too. I have to do it in a way where I'm smart with my money, where I'm not losing my ass big time. And that's just how I got to do it. That's why I got to get rid of the Shelby right around now. And I can walk away pretty decent, not losing as much money as I wanted. But yeah, you know, it all works out at the end of the day. You just gotta like kind of balance it, and I gotta make the most out of what I can with what I got. You guys also have to look at it from my standpoint of things. I have to utilize what I have, and I don't have a road course around me where I can go road course to the car all the time. So kind of scratches out the GT500, scratches out the Dark Horse. There's drag strips. I could do drag strips all day long, and that is another reason I kind of want to do that over road coursing. Well, let's get it with Zeus. amazing. And yeah, it kind of gives me the same feel as the Dark Horse. It's so planted. This is the best S550 ever made. I can drive this one pretty retarded, I'm not gonna lie. I can go ham with this car, and I feel complete confidence, absolute complete confidence. I don't know if y'all can see behind me, but I just painted about 11s. Good old sweet 11s, about damn near half mile. And that was 2 decent pulls with haven't shut the car off, constantly driving. Also, I want to mention to you guys, everyone watching this, it's gonna be like, oh, it's really not fair. Some stuff could be cooled better. Well, I have something better for you. I have every single part that you can upgrade cooling wise on the GT500, and I also did the same for Apollo. Thermostats are done on both. The upgraded intercooler for the Apollo is done. Upgraded intercooler for the Shelby GT500 is also done. The VMP, the brick that goes in between this motor and the supercharger, that is also done. So everything is upgraded to the max. I'll keep these cars cool, and I'm going to take you guys off the tripod and show y'all the temperatures we're working with. 201 trans temperature, which is amazing in the Shelbys, by the way. It's absolutely phenomenal. The Apollo, the 10-speed, will never ever run that cool transmission wise, so forget about that. Dual clutch, you have the win for that. Engine oil temperature after a pull, after maybe another minute of driving, we're at 201. Diff temperature 132, which really doesn't matter. Cylinder head temperature, that's where I always look at. So yeah, I really can't do the math while I'm driving, but I would say to the first dash in the middle, that's 150. The second dash I would say is like 190-ish. So I'm going to say we're sitting at like 185, 190, which is not bad at all. So yeah, like I said, all the cooling stuff that you could possibly do to the GT500s is done. All the cooling stuff for the S550 is possibly done. But, you know, it's all whatever you like. GT500, absolute unit. Phenomenal car. Love to see American flags everywhere. God bless me. God bless. One thing I can tell you that I don't like about the GT500 though is when you're shifting at like high RPMs and you're like actually getting after it. When you shift, it kind of falls on its face a little bit, and meaning is like it doesn't stay like hardcore in the power band, because you got to think when the car shifts, it's got to pretty much wind that blower back and then start spinning again to get it all the way back up to those RPMs. With the 10-speed and the ESS, that car lives in the power band. It never ever leaves. So it's like it feels linear. It almost feels like kind of like a Tesla, I want to say. It kind of feels like one of those because it just stays pulling. And obviously the Teslas on the big end fall on its face, but it really, like, that's what I was saying. It doesn't feel like it dies off at any point whatsoever. That's the point I'm trying to make with the ESS and the 10-speed. But you guys know, Shelby's still a unit. It absolutely is. This car's phenomenal. Handles amazing, stops amazing, sounds amazing. I mean, there's nothing more you can really ask out of it. And a car is not going to do everything particular the way you want and be perfect at everything. But overall, GT500 has my heart. Absolute unit. And yeah, Zeus, hopefully it goes to a good home. I really do hope it goes to a good home. So maybe one day I'll buy it back. If I get rich and I get all my money back and YouTube works out for me, boys, and maybe we'll just go on a truck and trailer spree of going to pick up all the old cars on the channel and bring them back to a compound that I own. Yeah, that would be pretty sick. That'd be a wild video. Because I like to keep my cars. I really do. I get attached to stuff very easily. A lot of you guys say I don't, but I really do. It's hard, but I got to do it for business reasons, boys. I got to keep the channel going. If everyone likes the Shelby, I know, but there's not really videos to make. That's the problem. I'm trying to think of videos, but it's tough, boys. It really is. Look at as many videos I made on my channel. It is tough as hell to keep making content. I have so many people hit me up weekly that are like, Jake, how do you think of video ideas? Like, I don't know, dude. I really don't know. You just have to have that type of mind for it. You really do. Like, you honestly have to have that constantly running mind all the time. We're about to dunk this turn. See that shift? Almost missed the shift on that one. We had a good straightaway. I had to let it eat. Another awesome thing about the Shelby is when you like start getting after and the car gets squirrely, unlike the regular S550, this car you can actually kind of tell and feel where it's going. Apollo, it's kind of like hold on, say a prayer, because shit's about to get wild. That's pretty much how it feels to me. But the Shelby, if it starts spinning, I'm not lifting. I'm like fully not lifting. Like that one, I did not lift. I do not lift. Well, we're back at the house, and I also forgot to mention we do have the VMP like water box slash coolant and ice chest, whatever you want to call it. It's just extra flows all through to keep everything nice and cool. And you can see when she gets hot, she starts to bubble and makes a little bit of a mess. But I also wanted to mention, it might not look like the stock blower because we have the Apex lid, but you put your hand on it and it's warm. I'm not going to lie. For the average person, it'll probably burn their hand, but my hands are pretty tough when it comes to heat. I'm not gonna lie, it's hot. It's probably sitting at like 100+ degrees, I'm gonna say, roughly. You guys might be wondering, it says Apex lid VMP. This is the upgraded lid for the supercharger. And yeah, stock superchargers, you could never ever, and I mean ever, put your hand on that supercharger after whatever type of drive you did. If you're literally going to the grocery store and you pop your hood, an hour later, stock, it would have fried my hand, like absolutely fried. And everyone knows with a stock GT500 watching this video, if you have no upgraded cooling mods, that thing will absolutely sizzle. You could probably, no joke, honestly, cook an egg on it like after an hour. That's how hot the stock setup is. But granted, the GT500 now, with all the cooling mods I did, runs phenomenal, drives phenomenal. Everything about it's literally perfect. But yeah, boys, it is going to be a sad one to leave. I'll tell y'all that. I will miss this one tremendously. And maybe one day we'll meet again, Zeus. Absolutely love this car. Cold start with the Apollo. And yeah, I also forgot to mention, I don't think the rims are bent because I looked at them pretty good. They look pretty straight to me. 99.9% chance it's the tires. So might have to rotate them or get new ones. And yeah, let's fire Apollo up. Rookie, I forgot the key. It's an auto. Oh, hood's open. Another idiot. You know what? I'm just getting in the car. I'm getting in the car, boys. You know, I love the sound. I love the whistle better than a whine. I don't know why. The whistle just sounds... Cannot leave that there. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Everything else looks good. That whine, though, perfect. Not going to shut the hood just yet because we're going to go nose to nose at GT500 and Apollo. They're about to turn into Transformers and about to fight in about 2 seconds. Let me just let them get a little closer. Optimus Prime versus Bumblebee. I'm just gonna floor it. Sitting here with both the cars, and I'm just like, I'm really grateful. I really am. And without YouTube or without any car stuff, I mean, I'd still be doing my normal car stuff and racing and stuff like that. Mainly probably like drag racing stuff. But I'm truly blessed to have both these cars. I really am. And I'm sure you guys are all blessed too, watching. You have your own Mustang. That's why you're here. You're tapping in. And it's cool. It's definitely an experience. I mean, these things are sick, dude. I love these cars. I just want to have every car. I really do. I really wish I could have every car. That's all I need. Sincerely, though, like, honestly, thank you guys. Like, a lot of people say it, but I truly mean it. Like, YouTube would be, like, the biggest dream job ever for me. And, yeah, I'm obviously going... I've been going neck deep in this, trying to make everything happen. But I'm like standing here looking at both cars. And I'm like, damn, I really never thought I would have 2 cars. And you got to have dreams, boys. You got to have dreams. But yeah, let's park the Shelby. Let's jump on Apollo now. And yeah, let's go rip on Apollo. Alrighty, boys. I was getting ready to do the fattest pull of my life off the traffic light. I was going to do a dig in Tijuana. But I think there was a Karen behind me. And I'm in Apollo, obviously. Karen behind me, she took pictures of the plate. No bueno, no bueno, no good. No good, baby. No good, boys. Karen, no good. I hate Karens. Well, let's let it rip. When it does that. Track mode sucks sometimes. So inconsistent. I don't know if you guys saw that, or you could probably hear it if anything. So the car, I hammered in second, bumped it in a drive, and it was spinning. It kind of killed power and re-downshifted for me. Sometimes it does finicky stuff. That's just 10 speed being 10 speed. But she rips there. Right after that pull, cylinder head temp 202, inlet air 90 degrees. So she starts making some heat pretty fast. But the good thing about this blower, the more you keep driving, it's just sucking in all that fresh air right to that intercooler and just keeping the car nice and cool. If I'm gonna say this, between the two superchargers, Apollo definitely cools down a lot faster, like a lot faster. So now haven't cut the camera. Obviously I trimmed up the clip a little bit because I wasn't talking, but Apollo is already back down to 188 temperature wise, inlet air back to normal, 86 degrees. And after like literally 45 seconds max of cruising, car's already back at perfect temperatures. Ideal, perfect, what you want to see, and it feels amazing. Absolutely runs amazing too, by the way. I don't want to try a baby, just a very baby launch, like the babyest launch possible. I'm going to power brake it just a little bit and roll right onto the throttle, and we're going to see what it's going to do. I'll say Apollo didn't feel the fastest there. It felt decent, nothing to write home about. But yeah, I think once we actually put the fuel system and Apollo can actually shift to 8,000 RPMs, come back down to 6,000, it's going to be so much faster because we're losing 1,000 RPMs. I told you guys in the previous video, but I don't know if y'all remember, or if you're new watching, much love. Thank y'all for tapping in. But yeah, that is one thing I definitely noticed big time with this car is once it shifts, it doesn't feel, it's not staying in that same little power band. We lost just a hair of that power band. So I'm sitting at the light for about 30 seconds or some change, taking back off now, but you can see inlet air, cylinder head, 194, and yeah, the rest is history. The rest really don't need to watch or really care about. Obviously you do, but for the purpose of this video, no. See, sometimes cylinder head climbs up weird. See, look, now it's climbing. See, I feel like it just makes no sense. 204. Now we're gonna start cruising for a bit and watch it. It should just start plummeting. Alrighty boys, we are back, and I honestly don't know who the winner is, so let's just talk it through. So Apollo inlet air temperature definitely won. I don't know if I must have got the footage of the Shelby's inlet air temperature when I was driving, but the inlet air, if you guys believe me, was 105. 105, which was about 22 degrees hotter than outside temperature, which is pretty normal for the Shelby, and you got to think, it's not getting all that air right up front, just like the intercooler on Apollo. So Apollo won the intercooler. Over on the Shelby definitely won the cylinder head temperature. The cylinder head on the Shelby was a lot cooler, and like I said, both cars are equipped with everything max upgrades for cooling wise between both kits. Also, the Shelby won the transmission temperature category. Transmission temperature on the Shelby is always insane. That dual clutch with the trans cooler, it's phenomenal. 10 speed on the other hand, forget about it. That shit runs hot. I don't really even know what the temperature is on the 10 speed. It always says normal. I don't believe the Ford gauges. Sometimes I think they're lying because you guys saw Apollos, like the faster we went, the more temperature it climbs. So I don't know. Sometimes they do weird stuff, but yeah, if I'm gonna base it off sound, also we might as well throw the sound in the category because the Shelby sounds awesome and the Apollo sounds awesome. I'm gonna give it to Apollo because I won. Personally, I like the whistle better than the whine. The whine is amazing, but I have to be flooring it to hear the whine. It's not as like persistent as a Hellcat. Like it's not like every second you step on the gas. You really have to lay on the Shelby to hear it. But Apollo, you hear the whistle the whole time, so it sounds sick. You know it's there. Blow-off valve isn't as crazy loud as I thought. That's kind of weak. My Raptor blow-off valve is way louder, and that's a factory one. That is bone stock. But yeah, if you're asking for my opinion, I think Ford needs to develop a better 10-speed that is cooling of the GT500 And yeah, can get absolutely beat like the Tremec, like the DCT, and hold up just as fine, because you guys know the 10-speed is a little jumpy. It does a lot of finicky stuff, and it is kind of stupid at sometimes. But for drag racing purposes only, 10-speed is king. And then obviously for road coursing, I wouldn't even use the 10-speed. I have a buddy that road courses it, absolutely goes through nothing but 10 speeds. But yeah, 10-speed, forget about it. DCT one, I think the Shelby is going to win this category. I think the Shelby's going to win. I don't know. You guys are going to have to decide down below. What do you guys think did better, Zeus or Apollo? There's only one last thing to do, and that is for you guys to subscribe to my channel, drop a comment down below, and debate me. What do you guys think did better? I want your guys' opinion. Shelby GT500 or Apollo? You guys take a pick down below. Make sure you drop a comment that's factual. Put some points behind it, and let me know what you guys think. And if you guys had the opportunity to race one of these cars or go for riding it, which one are you taking? GT500 or Apollo? You guys, let me know down below. Road to 100K, boys. Hopefully, I can see you guys at Mustang Week. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Godspeed, boys. Deuces.